Well, the picture's getting clearer. Yes, sirree, Bob. The picture is getting clearer. Day 8, the penultimate day of this round robin qualifying round. Well, round robin. No qualifying round games took place today. But day 8 is in the books, and like I said, the picture's getting a bit more clear. Two round robin games. It was the first half of the final part of round robin. The West was first, and unfortunately, we came up just a bit short against Vegas. It's a crazy game as I knew it would be. Vegas in the Avalanche, back and forth, just like I figured. All this time, I thought St. Louis would be the tough test in the round robin, and while they were a tough test, the tough test turned out to be the Vegas Golden Knights. And it went overtime, and Alex Tuck got that shot in, and as a result, the Vegas Golden Knights have the number one seed in the West. The Avalanche are number two, and that's two series locked in. It'll be Vegas going up against the upstart Blackhawks in one round, in one series, and so a little bit of Blackhawks were there because they were watching, because they will face the winner, and the Colorado Avalanche, who are number two in the West, which is how we entered. We entered at number two, and now we finished at number two. So nothing changed with us. But the Colorado Avalanche will face the Arizona Coyotes. We haven't faced the Coyotes in the playoffs in 20 years, not since 2000. And back then, they were known as the Phoenix Coyotes, and they had the old kind of Coyote logo, which the Coyotes had been sporting during their series against Nashville. And back then, of course, the Avalanche had players like Joe Sakic and Peter Forsberg and Patrick Waugh. So it was pretty old school. So, but yeah, so Colorado, Arizona, and Vegas and Chicago, both series should be very good. The East, the West game was close. The East was kind of decided early. Philly, who entered at number 4, they were in the bottom of the top 4 teams entering this round robin. They entered at number 4, and they finished with the number 1 seed. They beat the Lightning 4-1. So Philly gets to face the Montreal Canadiens, the same Canadiens who stunned and fried the Penguins in their series. As for Tampa, well, they know who they'll play, but they don't quite know yet. That's because the Tampa Bay Lightning at the number 2 seed, which is the position where they were entering this round robin, the Tampa Bay Lightning will face whoever wins tomorrow's Game 5. Which means we could get Lightning and Blue Jackets again. And we all know what happened last time. Of course, it would be a rematch of the infamous first round series from last year. We all remember this. The Tampa Bay Lightning, 62 wins, President's Trophy winner, got swept by a Blue Jackets team who had not won a playoff series ever. They were the only team that hadn't. So it's gonna be something. But so that's pretty much that's how day 8 went. The 2 round robin games, no qualifying round games because a lot of series ended like that, pretty much the same day. Uh, the openers conclude tomorrow. It's 3 games, 2 round robin, and of course one more for the qualifying round. And they are as follows. First, it's Washington and Boston. Now, the Bruins entered at number 1, and they could end up number 4. And like I said, I really think the Bruins are phoning this in. I do. Because look at Colorado and Vegas. Those two teams gave the round robin the seriousness it deserves. So did Philly. And really so did Tampa. Boston was like, wait me when the actual playoffs begin. I think that's been their attitude with this round robin. They saw those games as practice. They didn't really play hard. They were just like, who cares? These games don't mean anything. Yeah, they do. And that complacency doesn't go away. Because it'll last longer than you want it to, and it'll result in that team getting bounced out in the first round. That's not a good sight. So Washington faces Boston. The winner gets the number 3 seed and will face the um, the The New York Islanders. New York Islanders will face the New York Islanders, and whoever loses gets the Carolina Hurricanes. So we could get a rematch of the Eastern Conference Final from last year. And yeah, Boston swept that team. Boston swept Carolina last year, but these are different teams. Carolina's playing harder, and Boston's kind of phoning it in. So yeah, so that's how it goes. And you have the other round robin in the West. It's Dallas and St. Louis. Now, I think those two have been playing hard, but the Blues have just had some hard luck. Because like I said, in the game against Colorado, the defense was there, the offense wasn't. In the game against Vegas, the offense was there, the defense wasn't. Which is going to show up for the defending Stanley Cup champions because if they lose, they'll end up at number 4. Whoever wins this game, the the winner will face the Vancouver Canucks. Actually, no, I'm wrong. The winner will face the Calgary Flames in round 1. The losing team gets the Vancouver Canucks. So that should be interesting. And of course, the main event tomorrow night, Game 5, Blue Jackets, Maple Leafs. It's been a while since Toronto's won a playoff series. It has. And they haven't had a lot of postseasons since 2004. Matter of fact, I think 2004 was the last time they won a series. I remember they went to. No, was it 2004? It might have been. I think it's '02 or '04. Because I know in '02 they went all the way to the Eastern Conference Final. But it's been a while since Toronto reached the actually advanced to the playoffs. And Toronto can do that tomorrow night if they win. So I kind of remember. Yeah, it was 2004. I just looked it up. It was 2004. The last time they won a playoff series was 2004. And strangely, their last two playoff series wins were against the Senators. Yeah. So Toronto is going to advance in the playoffs for the first time in 16 years. And against a pretty hungry Blue Jackets team. The Blue Jackets aren't a joke anymore. They take things seriously. And Toronto better get serious because they've been messing around. They blew a 3-0 lead, then they come back from one. They need to be consistent and play this thing through. I said that before those two games, they get shut out, then they shut out the Jackets. But again, it's like a tale of two Leafs. It's like Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. They need to get it together so they can advance and face Tampa because I think they could beat Tampa. I mean, you're going to the first round, you won't face Boston. That alone is a win. But you got to win that game 5 first. So that's in store for tomorrow. Washington, Boston round robin, Dallas, St. Louis round robin, Toronto, Columbus game 5 qualifying round. That'll end it. Phase 2 of the lottery is Monday, and then Tuesday begins the traditional Stanley Cup playoffs. The first round starts Tuesday, though the schedule isn't out for that yet. So it'll probably come out after tomorrow's action ends, all of it. And with that, that is my recap of a very small but still crazy day 8. Tomorrow should be very interesting. The rest of all the other puzzle pieces will come in, and we'll have a complete Sweet 16. So with that, I say good night, my fellow puckheads, and I'll be back tomorrow to recap the final day of this round robin and the qualifying round.